Do you want to hear what I think of 2024? Well, stick around. I am going to tell you all about it. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Hi, I'm Marlene Roy, and welcome to Artscapes. Well, here it is, December, and each December I like to reflect on the previous year, on my creative journey. What worked, what didn't, what I liked, what were the highlights, and what were the lowlights. And 2024 had plenty of all of those. I also started videotaping these YouTube videos almost weekly during 2024, and I found out it was a heck of a lot of work, and I didn't always like the way it intersected with my art. But if you go back through my videos, you will see and get to see the ups and downs. I think the one thing that I found the most challenging was that I often captured my mistakes on video. Anyways, let's get into it. I started the year just sort of experimenting with some unusual materials, but that quickly faded into, or I should say morphed into, a few series. And one series that I consider to be quasi-successful, which I call Hidden Worlds. I did end up saving or keeping a number of the paintings from this series. I should interject here that each year I destroy at least half of my paintings, and this year was no exemption. So I think Hidden Worlds was fairly successful. In this one, I tried to capture that idea of worlds through the spaces of plants and trees, that sort of build that idea of what was beyond. While I like the paintings, I don't think that they capture my original intent. So I abandoned that series and went on to other things. My other series that I consider to be actually my most successful series of paintings actually were inspired by the rabbits who live in my garden. And the series is called Where the Rabbits Hide. I like this series. I like the visual coherence, the visual vocabulary, and the way the paintings talk to each other within the series. And also, it was the first time I used fluorescent paint. It was really great fun. So I think those two series were my most successful. The series I did at the lake, I did two. One was called the Fire Pit Paintings. These paintings were painted each time I went out to the lake, and they're views from our fire pit of the landscape around the fire pit. And these paintings were quasi-successful. I liked a few of them, but they just didn't have that visual language I was looking for. I think it's for a couple of reasons. One is that I was filming YouTube videos as I was painting these on plein air, and I just had too much happening. I just kept losing my focus as I was painting. I just couldn't get into the groove. The other series of paintings I did at the lake, I just labeled them on plein air, and they're just paintings that I would do from inspirational views I would see on my walkabouts. I've always painted on plein air at the lake. I've painted there for years, and it's been one of my great joys. But this last year, I just didn't have that same joy. I don't know, it's whether because I painted the same landscapes, the same views so many times, or whether it had to do with my health problems. I have heart health problems, and I'm just not able to cart around my outdoor painting gear and sit in precarious places the way I used to. These paintings there were a few that I liked again, but once again, just didn't have that coherent visual narrative that I like. A few things though that I think I did really like about my year. It's what I consider successes. And one is that I realized I no longer need to have a reference photo or that point of reference in front of me. I like now just to see what has inspired me, to absorb its nuances and energy, sort of internalize it, and then just go back and paint it. And that is really great fun. I think the other thing I realize is my usual problem of overworking paintings is still there. I don't know what it is. I just keep going past the point when I should. I have yet to figure that problem out. But thanks for joining me this year. Thanks for being part of my creative journey. Over the next couple of weeks, I'll be thinking about my creative intent for the next year. I already know that for the next few months, I am doing inner landscapes or still life, and I'm quite excited about this. I am just starting to develop my ideas and visual narrative, and I'll keep you posted for sure. So please keep tuning into my channel. I'm doing shorts quite frequently, and I am also, of course, posting to Instagram, and I have a new website, and I'll be posting there as well, including some blogs. So please continue to tune in. Thank you very much for all your support. I couldn't do this without it, and I am so looking forward to sharing more with you next year on my creative journey. Bye.